Yo, what up? What up? What up? It's your boy, the B.A.B.G. UNC man. What's going on with y'all? This is my first live stream on here, so probably gonna be slow. People eventually come in, cool, fine. But basically, I'm starting this channel to use something where I'm the subject matter expert in. I did 20 years in the United States Navy. I joined in July 2023. Oh shit, excuse me. I joined in 2003. I'm tripping. July 2003, and I just retired in December of 2023. Okay, so been retired just over a year now. Um, I was a aviation electrician that started out up in PAX. I was at the time it was called NRL, Navy Research Labs, and pretty much they were trying out all of the new things or whatnot. That whole base up there was pretty much like prototypical stuff that people were trying to sell to the Navy, and that turned into VXS1. I think that's still what it is. Then I went from there to FRC, COP debt. Then that changed over to what did that change? What did it change over to after FRC was um nah, it was what it's FRC now. It's something different. Whatever it was before then. But yeah, so then Virginia, then Mayport, then Jax again, then back up to Virginia because my command transferred from Jacksonville to VA. I got stuck in Norfolk with orders I didn't want, I didn't pick, I didn't choose. Shout out to whoever's in the building, man. Um, Hit the like button for me if you would, share the stream. And then I came back down here to finish up my career in Jacksonville, yes, Jax, and I retired, man. A lot of you know, a lot of ups, a lot of downs. Never been a mess. All right. I think I might have had a DRB or unofficial DRB. Never got in any trouble over 20 years. I did retire as an E6. If you know how that go, you know how that go. Navy retires more E6s than any other branch in the military. The whole process compared to the Army, Marines, or whatever. Not only you got to take the test, but then you got to take the test and got to pass selection board. You can call it excuses. You can say whatever. Hey, it is what it is. Like they say, hey, it is what it is. I'm cool. I don't feel like I was shorted. I don't feel like I left anything on the table. I started a YouTube thing right before the COVID lockdown, so I was getting cheap money. You feel me? And I was reading my career about. So I was getting cheap money for like my last 3 years in the Navy anyway. So it made up for it. But hey, if eventually that's gonna come, this thing blow up. Eventually that's gonna happen. Oh, then he never made chief and la. He was this, he was that. People going, he was a shit bag and all this stuff, la. But again, my record would show otherwise, man. Like I said, like I said, I was aviation electrician mate, mainly in helos, right? 860s. Okay. So you want to join the military, man, all right? Or lady, right? Listen, the most important aspect of this thing is understanding and knowing what you want to do. Okay. And also I'm gonna show you, all right, or teach you, tell you how you want to do it, how to retire in 4 years. You feel me? Of course, not literally, but figuratively. Okay. And please understand, like I said, man, the Navy wants to get you in there and they want to keep you in as long as possible because they spent money on you to train you. Okay. Not just the Navy, Army. I got to broaden this thing and I got to speak military period. So what I'm talking about, I'm going to reference the Navy because that's the branch I was in. But of course, Army, Marines, Air Force, all the same. And used to be Coast Guard, but Coast Guard is no longer DOD. I think they're national security. I think they're like national security. Either way, you get it, right? So even though I did 20 years, I did try to get out at 10. A whole thing of like the HR person and not trying to contact me back is the reason why I stayed in. I re-enlisted. I had a family at the time, wife, kids, all that stuff, and so on and so forth. And it was taking too long, and I didn't want to get out without a gamble, without a guarantee. But lo and behold, literally a week or 2 weeks after I reenlisted, the lady called me up and told me I had the job. Not, hey, come in for the interview, but hey, you got the job because, like I said, I've been working on helos the whole time I've been there. And I think at the time it might have been Tyonic. I don't know what it is now, but y'all know the military, the companies that the military use to contract and do the maintenance on the aircraft and stuff. But if you're thinking about joining the military, you need to have a plan. Okay, you need to have a plan, and not only getting into what you want to do, but you need to have a plan on getting out. The reason why most people stay in the Navy, or excuse me, the military, work with me, y'all. My bad. Reason most people live in stay in the military is because they don't have a plan on getting out. And then they're gonna fear monger you, and they're gonna tell you, hey man, you get out, man. It's hard out here. It's not this and not that. And I can tell you specifically, I know people that got kicked out of the Navy, man, and they did just fine. Okay. Most people that get out of the military do just fine because again, your military training, your security clearance, your experience, all those different things, especially if you have a degree with it, you're gonna get hired pretty much anywhere you go. Okay. Of course, you're gonna have to make a little bit more money, but you're not gonna have a problem finding a job. Okay. I had two dudes I know, okay, that got kicked out, right? One for, um, like actual behavioral things, and the other one got kicked out in the ERB. So they had an ERB thing pretty much where the military or the Navy realized they had too many people that was coming up on retirement. So what they did was they ran everybody's name through a thing, and you got so many points, like a point system to see if and it mainly started with people who had um any type of punitive things, NJP, DUI, stuff like that, so on and so forth. So they downsized, and it took a while for them to get back because I think they almost completely, totally not like wiped some rates out, right? It's rates for us. Other groups have them MOS. So when I say rate, that's what I'm talking about. That's like my job description. I think in the Army they refer to it as MOS. I don't know what it is. For the Marines, I think Marines is also MOS, but for Air Force, I'm not sure. If somebody knows, you can put it in the chat for me. And y'all can type in the chat, man. You know what I'm saying? If you got any questions, put your questions in the if you actually have questions, you can put them in the comment section. I'll gladly answer them. But gotta have a plan to get in, gotta have a plan to get out. Okay. If you want to do this thing long term, cool, fine, or whatever, but it's a slow hustle. Okay. Even if you come in the military as let's say an E3, right? I don't even know they do that anymore. I'll get the information so I can tell you guys the things, but definitely do not go in as an E1, bro. Don't do that. Whatever you got to do to not go in as an E1, you're not going as an E1. But if you're going as an E3 for Navy wise, right? Yeah, the rankings are the same. The rank is the same. It's exactly the same. It's just what's name is different though. It used to be DOD, but it's no longer DOD. So, but yeah, the ranks and what's name are the same for Coast Guard and Navy. Shout out Frame Runner. So, oh yeah, having a plan, right? So, if you're trying to do this thing for 20 years, and you have a big family, it's worth it. Okay. You got a family, you got a wife and kids, and all this stuff and so on and so forth. If you want stability, you you want to be good and whatever, set your family up for the long term retirement and all this stuff. Cool, fine, right? But you can get to that money and make that money up way past what you would make staying in the military, bro, by getting in, especially if you have any type of tech MOS. Like for me, engineering, electrical, I'll be electrical engineering. Also, I work for everything from so AE's all they call it also AE aviation everything, right? So even though it just calls me electrician, I literally work in with all the systems. I work with the engine, I work with the hydraulics, I work with everything. Everything needs, you know what I mean? Everything needs electricity to work on the aircraft, right? So I literally have experience with all of those systems, power plant systems, airframes, all this stuff. I haven't did no damn sheet metal or no stuff like that, but I can get my A&P license, no problem, man. I know how to pop a rig or two. You feel me? But get in and get out is the game. Okay. Get in, get out, and then start maximizing your benefits the day you get out. Okay. Now, the best part about the whole military aspect are the benefits, man. Okay. You instead of going to college for 4 years and having to pay people money or whatever to learn something, and then you still got to get out and try to hunt for a job and do an internship or whatever, so on and so forth. You literally are learning and working on the job and getting paid on the job. Now, it's gonna be wondrous, just incredible money. No, it's not. But it's gonna pay for itself in the long run. Dollar Watch, what up, fam? Okay, it's gonna pay for itself in the long run. And that's what you're trying to look at. You're trying to look at the long game, not the short game. Okay. And you're trying to shorten up the long game by getting in, getting your time in, getting out, and now using your skills, using your security clearance, and using your benefits to your advantage. Okay. So as we get on and I start getting more specific in things, I'll get into the particulars. Of course, post 9/11 Montgomery GI Bill. Not only do go, they pay for your college, they pay you to go to college. A lot of people, choose high zip code, high area BAHs. Actually went down to watch the Lakers play Miami earlier this year, and a dude that I was on the boat with, the last deployment I did, we ended up just randomly having the same seats. He sat right next to me, and he said he moved down here to go to Miami because Miami BH is crazy. So he living in Miami and literally just, off the BH alone, he good. You know what I'm saying? BH and some disability that he got, good. And I think Buddy, he might have been he's early 30s. He's not that old. He's definitely early 30s, right? So it can be done, man. A lot of people just don't really have you tell you the ins and outs, right? And I'm not one. I'm not claiming to be, a disability specialist, no shit like that. But I am 100% permanently disabled. Like I say, I'm retired, and I'm going to school. So if you know, you know. Okay. If you plan on getting out less than tax cliff, well, no, you you got to go to TAPS. They don't even you can't even get out of the military without doing TAPS, whether it's in person or on thing. And I would suggest you go in person. But yeah, you got to do TAPS to get out. I had already did TAPS before because remember I told y'all I tried to get out at 10, and they made me do it again when I was ready to get out. I just did it online this time. It was like a whole click through thing or whatnot. Yeah, do not move. Do not move back to your hometown, man. Yes, don't do that. Okay, listen. Um, don't move back to your hometown. All right, especially with the post 9/11 GI Bill, you can literally decide where you want to go. The military will pay you to go there, move you there, say, hey, this is going to be my residence or whatever, so on and so forth. When you get your house hunting leave, your job hunting leave, go to a place too where, you know what I'm saying, are very, very veteran friendly. First two that come to mind, of course, Florida and then Texas. I'm pretty sure think veterans go to school free in Texas, but I think you have to be a Texas resident. You're a Texas veteran resident. I think your college is free anyway. So there's things that work with the post 9/11 for that. And then Florida's pretty good too down here. Okay. I got two kids. I got twins that's in college right now. Their education is paid for. They ain't got to pay for nothing, and they get a little extra money in their pocket because their mom and me are both 100% disabled, right? So they good to go. But the most important part, man, is finding out what you want to do. Okay. And once after you find out figure out what you want to do, you need to get the highest possible score you can get on the ASVAB. Okay. ASVAB is very, very important because the ASVAB is going to tell the jobs that you qualify for, the jobs you can try to get and want to get. Okay. Now, if you hit like I think it's like or back in the day it used to be 85 and above or something like that. I think you might be able to qualify for stuff like the nuclear program. Stuff that's going to get you a lot of money, a lot of money. If you then on the other end, of the spectrum, though, you have stuff like AOs, right? Aviation ordnance, and they shit is low, but they got some of the best SRBs, right? On service reenlistment bonus. So, selective selective reenlistment bonus, right? But yeah, I never had I never had an SRB. I think they might have had one at 0.3 or some shit. Like once upon a time, like one time while I was in 20 years in the Navy for my rate, but oh shit, what happened? Jesus Christ, man. Don't come on, bro. Don't start this shit. I gotta call AT&T. This is ridiculous. My damn, I don't know why my video's going out. My bad. Should be back now. But need to try to get the highest possible score on the ASVAB. After you get the score, then you have to tell them what you want to do, right? Tell them what you want to do. You got to go to boot camp. Boot camp now is a whole lot easier than what it was when I went in. So boot camp is not a big thing, man. The major thing in the Navy, I can't speak for the other branches and stuff, man. It's gonna be like, hey, folding your drawers the right way and learning how to pretty much live on a ship, right? This is training you to live on a ship, all right? It's training you to conserve as much space as possible. You know what I'm saying? How to properly stow a rack and all that good stuff and whatever, and do stiff work as if you're on the ship. Okay. Now, and I'll get more in I'll get more in detail with this as it goes along, right? So hey, appreciate you, Jim Rat, bro. Shout out, bro. Just because you're in the Navy don't mean you're gonna be on the boat. Okay. It's a 90% chance you're gonna be on the boat. 90% you're gonna be on the boat, but that doesn't mean you're gonna be on the boat. Okay. Now, they tell you you're gonna see the world, but what they don't tell you is you're gonna see the world for like 4, maybe 5 days. Okay. And out of those 4 or 5 days, one of those days you're gonna be stuck on the boat because you're gonna have duty, unless you take leave. Okay. And even to take leave, they gotta approve your leave, right? And usually they only approve leave for stuff like if you got family or something coming on with you or something like that or so on and so forth. Everybody if that was the case, everybody just drop a leave shit and nobody be on the boat. Feel me? But that's what they don't tell you. I know the Army, Air Force, they usually be stationed over there, like bases and stuff, actual bases for quite some time. So they live in those places. It's totally different. But if you're gonna choose the Navy, man, and again, I'm not saying it's bad, but that right there is the most restrictive branch, bro. Because again, you're literally on a big ass boat in the middle of the water, and then that's a big boat. So I never been on the small boy. Mind you, like I said, y'all that don't know me, I'm 6'5", like 270. I'm a big ass dude. Okay. So even for me, some spots on the carrier is tight, right? I never forget my first time on the boat. It was my first time being on there. I wasn't familiar. I was like a E4 back then, right? No idea. This was like had to be 2007. Yeah, this was 2007. And they got these big ass fucking things. They had like a transformer box or something sticking out of the fucking out of the wall. And my dumb ass, I wasn't familiar with the boat, and I fucking like clipped my ear on that fucking what's name. Everything on the boat don't move, bro. It's made of steel. Okay, you only gotta hit your head one time. don't. It's if you're tall, bro. You don't turn around. You don't. Somebody call your name and you turn around and keep walking. No, you stop. Stop your ass. Turn all the way around. See what they talking about. Because whatever you hit, bro, you gonna move. It ain't moving. Okay. But the boat, bro, was torture for me. Okay. I get cabin fever really, really easy, and I don't like being around a lot of people. And that's literally what the boat is. So you got the whole rack situation, and I'll pull some videos up or I'll get some pictures and stuff next time so you guys can see if you don't already know, right? But I'm pretty sure you've seen it. All you gotta do is Google it. Just put Google Navy ship rack or Navy ship berthing or something like that, and it'll show it to you. And it's you with 100 some other motherfuckers every day, sharing a bathroom, working 12 on, 12 off, 7 days a week, and that's squadron. Ship could be even worse depending on what department you're in and stuff, right? But yeah, man, the boat sucks. The boat sucks. Now there are a couple of places where you're never really gonna see the boat. Was one you'll never see it at all. I know for sure in aviation that would be P3s. P3s don't go on boats, so and P3s is the life because again, not only what is going on? I got a call fucking what's name, man. Yeah, man, that too. Take care of yourself. Go to fucking medical. Don't let people, whatever. But actually, anything that happens, bro, you get a damn a hangnail, get that shit documented because all the documentation equals money on the back end. We get ready to get out. Okay. Like, so I'll get into more details of that, like on a more personal level, and when we're talking about the disability aspect of it. But yeah, take care of yourself. CYOA, cover your own ass. That's one of the main things in the military, bro. Don't ever just do some shit because a motherfucker told you to do it. If it's not written down somewhere or somebody hiding you told you to do some shit, so on and so forth, you get that motherfucker to be like, hey, nah, or record them saying it or something. All right, because motherfuckers will tell you to do some crazy shit, right? You go do it, and then when it's like, well, hey, such and such told me to do it. I know I didn't, because they don't want to get in trouble, because they don't want to lose their money. So just be careful. Um, Attitude. Listen, man. I always look at this thing as I'm a grown adult that makes good decisions and choices. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, 90+% of the time. So treat me with that respect. All right. I'm a grown ass man. Don't try to talk to me like I'm no boy. I don't give a damn how long you been doing this. I'm grown, just like you. I'm gonna treat you with respect. You treat me with respect. Of course, there's gonna be some times where you gotta just, you gotta grit your teeth and bear it, but it's few and far in between for me. That's another reason, my my rank stopped where it was at because, bro, anybody that know me will tell you I didn't play those games, bro. I didn't. I didn't disrespect, but I definitely didn't tolerate no disrespect. You feel me? And that people don't like that a lot of times, of course, especially in the military structure, because um, it's supposed to be about rank, right? And this person outranks you, so you listen to it no matter what, and shit like that, right? But that's to a degree, I agree. But at the same time, as long as you're telling me to do something that's gonna help the mission and get us to the point of where we need to be, I'm cool and fine. But once you start making it personal and you want me to do it your way because you're trying to, exert your dominance over me, that's when I have a problem. And I call that shit out every time. I don't play those games. We're gonna do this the most efficient way that needs to be done, okay, and get the job done. Then we all go home. All right. Then I see you tomorrow. But that's a part of it, man. And as we go get further along in this, if you guys have questions and stuff like that, some C lawyering and stuff like that, there will be people that try to tell you to do some stuff that you just they legally have no bounds in telling you doing. One of the biggest like things that happened to me, man, I had to fight the whole jab thing, right? They was trying to force people to take the booster shots in order to get out the boat for liberty, right? Most people just comply, but I didn't do it, bro. So I missed out on like 2 ports doing that shit, but I actually had to talk to the admiral about it and ended up getting liberty for everybody that decided not to get the boosters because the boosters weren't a requirement, right? And I didn't want this stuff going to my body because they were only offering the mRNA aspect and no other kind, which to me just sounded crazy, but that was what it was. But in the Navy, right? You go you 90% of the times you end up on a boat. Okay. Now you have boat rates, your bosun's mates, your aviation bosun's mates, ASs are big on the boat. Trying to think of just some strictly your electricians mates. Um um Most of the stuff in the Navy like is boat based, right? If you don't want to be on the boat all the time, and another thing about the boat, man, listen, when the boat leave, you leave. Okay. The boat is fucking Navy. All right. You got muster, standing formation every morning, uniform inspections, all that shit, right? On the boat. Um, you when you got duty, you gotta stay on the boat. Okay. I've never had to deal with that. I've never been ship's company. Shout out to everybody who was ever ship's company. It was never me, would have never been me. I specifically made sure of that shit. Another thing too. So listen, always make sure your ELS and PRD match. Okay. The reason what fucked me over, bro, for the whole thing and why I got stuck in Virginia and I didn't want to is because I had the dumbass listening to the dumbass career counselor. right, who never did her damn job, listening to her, and something I've been doing at that point for like up to like 16 years, to where I was purposely re-enlisting just enough to where my re-enlistment was, you feel me, right there, or something where I would have to re-enlist so I could then have some type of leverage in where I want to go, right? All right, that does matter for the most part. Hey, I'm not doing this shit if you don't go. Now, of course, they can kind of call your bluff or whatever, so on and so forth, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But they want to keep you in there, and they don't want to be the person, the motherfucker in militant, the detailer, to get you up out of there. And then you got to replace you and retrain a whole other a whole nother person, right? The longer you've been doing this, the more money the Navy saves, but they're also trying to save money in moving you and your family. So if they got to move you from Virginia all the way to fucking Jacksonville versus move you from Virginia to, literally next door to the next command, what you think they're gonna pick, right? That's how they evals get, right? Hey, save the Navy this much or whatever, whatever, la la, compared to what you could have spent by sending a motherfucker from East Coast to West Coast, or from East Coast to Japan, or some shit like that. You right? You feel me? So that part of it is just understanding that. Um while you in there, of course, learn as much as you can. Take care of yourself, take the experience or whatever. And most importantly, like you said, just plan your exit. Okay. Plan your exit, man. A lot of people, the majority of people, I think I looked it up the other day. I think it's on like 3% of people in the military actually retire, make it to retirement. So most people are never going to retire, right? All right, or maybe it's 3%. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like 3%, right? So the majority of people never going to retire, man. Okay. The biggest thing that you get is people get stuck in or whatever because, like I said, they don't have a plan to get out. They don't have an exit strategy, and then you know you just re-enlisting again and re-enlisting again. And I've seen it over the 20 years I did. I seen people complain about being in the Navy. They hate it, they hate it, they hate it, hate it, hate it. But your ass keep re-enlisting. Now, that's one thing I never ever did. I was never like, man, I hate this shit and this shit is sucking. La, la, la. Of course, I had my moments, but hey, I understood what the job was. I was planning again too, hopefully to get higher tenure. But thank God, man, everything happened the way it happened, because my ass would have been stuck for just nothing in misery. But ultimately, man, yeah. Not gonna be too long on this one. It was just like my intro. Start this thing off. If you have questions, any personal questions or whatnot, what have you, you got family members, especially younger people, man. Older people too, but especially young people. Talk to somebody that's been in, man. Talk to somebody that's been in before you step foot in a recruiter's office. Recruiters, strippers, and car salesmen go to the same school, bro. They're gonna sell you the biggest dream ever, and you never gonna get what you really want. I'm telling you. You are not prepared. I don't give a damn how much you think you know or how well you think you are or whatever. They teach one of the best fucking I guess sales classes, sales training is military recruiters, bro. Okay? Don't do it. Don't go in there without talking to somebody first before that knows what the hell's going on. They'll say a whole bunch of words to you. They'll make the shit sound all good. They're gonna show you their LES and how much money they made. And you see all them zeros and shit, and you just little, what I'm saying? Not gonna say, you're this kid that is nowhere near where you want to be financially. I'll just say that, right? You're gonna be starstruck. You know what I'm saying? All right. Especially if you're in a non-military town for real, right? You don't know anything about it or whatever. You feel me? So you fooled out there. Don't do that, man. Hit me up. Like I said, if you need any type of one-on-one, and it's free of charge. I'm not charging anything. I don't do the consultation stuff or whatever, so on and so forth. Like I said, I'm trying to build this channel, and eventually, like I said, I'll have some people on, young, old, retired, whatever, what have you. So we have conversations, tell some sea stories or whatnot. And not just, of course, shout out to the Army, Air Force. My brother's actually in the Air Force, so him too. Shout out to him. Marines, all that stuff, man. So just trying to build a community for the current and the future service members, man. Okay. Past, present, future when it comes to service members, especially to my vets that's got out, man. Get your VA stuff together, bro. All right, get your VA stuff together. Make sure if you especially since they revamped everything. I think right before I got out, I want to say 2020, like 2022 time frame is when they had everything done from the stuff they had already previously tried to get implemented. Um, have your paperwork and stuff reviewed, man. You know what I'm saying? Have the stuff looked at because that tax-free money helps out a lot. Okay. All right. Of course, everybody's trying to make it to 100%, but everybody's not going to. But you still, I think definitely in order for you to hit tax-free money or whatever, and then get your ID card, it needs to be over 60%. Okay. And that helps out a lot. Okay. Base access, commissary, PX, BX, NEX, all these things where you can shop tax free and stuff like that. Just facilities and things. Free medication. If you get stuff on base or whatever, the VA, you don't have to pay for your prescriptions and stuff like that. Healthcare is going to be paid for, stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure, like I said, it's got to be. I know 100% is definitely. I'm not going to quote anything under that. I'm not sure. I'll do more research, right? But fantastic. I don't know how the Navy do it before Army. Once you E6 continue, then you sign that next contract, you definitely enter retirement. I was scared of that. Well, yeah. I mean, you can choose it that way. You can do it that way. You don't have to sign a 10-year contract though. You don't have to sign your contract that long. You don't have to. I'm pretty sure that's their standard because 10 years is a long time, bro. But I imagine most people do because again, making E7 in the Army has a whole lot higher outcome than I think the Army because y'all are the biggest branch definitely has the highest number of E7s. So I mean, if you plan on retiring, that's a good bet. That's not a bad deal. Especially like you said, they incentivize it with a if they incentivize it with a bonus, usually some type of reenlistment bonus, people gonna take that money. If you know you're gonna retire anyway, and now you get a nice solid reenlistment bonus along with that. Yeah, I mean most people gonna take that deal. But yeah, I still want to do. Okay, yeah, okay. I'm about to say I ain't signed up no 10 years. Yeah, you can't go wrong after you make E7 senior enlisted. That's in all branches. Everything changes then. But hey, like I said, I just wanted to introduce myself to all the new people out here, whatnot, what have you. Miss Fantastic 824 on all social media. If you have any questions, hit me up. You got a family member or something that's trying to get some information on it, let me know. And that's it on that one, man. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Holla. We out.